Well, Mummy, thanks very much for joining us here on the Asian Game, for getting up early and joining us as well. I know it's been a bit of a challenge to organise these time zones between here and Adelaide and where you are in Washington. So I appreciate you getting up early for us today. I just wanted to start by talking about the Women's World Cup that's ongoing here at the moment. I don't know how much, speaking of time zones, I don't know how much you've actually got to see of it given the time zones. But I wanted to check and see how you thought Japan was going. They've got a big game coming up against Norway later this week. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on what you'd seen of Japan and what you'd been making of their performances so far.
Yeah, so I haven't been really watching all the games. I'm just following the highlight, and then I did watch the Japan against Spain whole game. And first off, I'd like to say that the game has evolved so much over the year, and it's clear to see, evolution pretty much like in the women's soccer. And you know, Colombia beating Germany, and Zambia, Nigeria, like Jamaica, the country from Africa or South Africa, are coming, strong now. You didn't see that before. So, yeah, it's really rewarding to see, women's soccer has been evolving. And my country, Japan, was nice to see how we beat Spain the other day. We had a clear game plan, and the team stick to the plan, and yeah, it was all about discipline and good strategy and good execution from the players, from the staff. And yeah, it's nice to see the team is playing well so far.
Yeah, definitely. It was, like you said, a very different performance from Japan, very disciplined in how they went about it, very pragmatic, very different from the opening two games that we saw. Given how they've played, a lot of people are now speculating that they might be a team to beat, to be able to go all the way and repeat their heroics from 2011. Do you share that same confidence and optimism that Japan might be able to actually do that and go on and win this tournament again?
I believe soccer, anything is possible. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how we do against Norway, because the way we're gonna approach to this game is different. The way we approach it against Spain, probably, we're gonna have the ball this time, and Norway, I believe they're gonna have a low block or middle block, and then probably counter us. So that's my guess, but you never know how we're gonna play, how they're gonna play. But this gonna be a good judge to see how we're gonna do.
I want to talk a little bit about women's football now and the development of it. I mean, you played going back now a decade or so ago for the national team, your club football as well. So in that time, from what you've observed, how has women's football developed as a product? How has it developed tactically from what you've seen from when you were a player to what it is now?
So yeah, I think technology is the big thing. 10 years ago, when I was playing for the national team, we didn't have a GPS or even heart rate. We didn't have, and now, all the teams are using GPS and technology, sports code analysis. During the game, even. So that's something the game has evolved, using data, and then game has evolved tactically, using those analysis and data. That's something big change from the time I played. But technically, I think you don't see much big difference. If I think about the players I play with. Back then we were very good technically with the ball, and we had the ability to play in the tight space under pressure when I was playing as well. So I think if I would say one thing, is technology.
I want to talk about a little bit about your career now, if I can. Your club career, you played all over the world. You played in Japan, Sweden, and in America as well. And then after you finished your career, you've stayed on or gone back to America to use that as your launching pad effectively for your coaching career. So can you just talk to us about why you decided to choose America for that, and how you're enjoying it and how you're experiencing it over there so far?
Yeah, so after finishing my career back home, I first thing I wanted to do is finishing my degree, college degree. So that's why I came back to United States, and I was finishing my degree. And I did after that. I wasn't sure what my second career was, and then I was kind of searching in the states what's next for me, and then yeah, coaching opportunity came up, and I just took it. And I started coaching the youth, and for 5 years I was youth environment coaching, and getting diplomas, and yeah, getting the knowledge of the coaching. And then yeah, Mark Krikorian, my former FSU coach, he called me and offered this job, and here I am, pretty much. And I've been enjoying every part of my job. It's my job is a bit new, so there's no example, and I gotta be creative. But I have a good people around me, and yeah, I'm still learning every day. But I just be I feel very grateful the people I work with. So it's been enjoyable to work with the top world top players every day.
So what's the ambition now for this new chapter in your career, this coaching journey that you're on? What's the ambition, the ultimate ambition that you're looking to achieve?
Um, Ultimate ambition. For me, it's very same. Doesn't change from coaching youth and coaching the pro. It's always developing players and helping the players and empowering female players. So that's my kind of purpose or mission uh, as a coach.
I referenced earlier a little bit of your career. As I said, played club football, Japan, Sweden, the US. Played almost 20 times for the national team too. So had a fantastic career both at club and international level. So a few years on now from your decision to retire, how do you look back and reflect on your career overall?
Oh, I don't reflect much nowadays, but overall, I got injured when I was in Sweden, and took a while to come back. So, but overall, I had a great career. I was able to play the top college here, and then able to play in Sweden professionally with Malta, were the best players, and we played the Champions League final. And playing internationally, it's always honorable and special to present the country. And not just playing soccer professionally or internationally. I made really good friends all over the world. That's something more valuable in life. And yeah, watching World Cup now, but you know I have so much friends I can talk with, Netherlands, Sweden, or US, and yeah, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's the beauty of the world game, isn't it? Talking about your national team career, you made your debut in 2007. Ironically enough, against the US. Given that that's where you're now based in San Jose. It was. What are your memories looking back now of that? What do you remember of that day and that occasion?
You never forget those moments, and yeah, at that time, US was the best by far, and it was a kind of a dream came true. Kind of always, wanted to play for national team, and then playing against the best team in the world was just unforgettable moment for me. So yeah, at that time also my roommate was Sawa Fomale. I don't know if you remember her, Sawa, the world best player. Yeah, first cap, first, going to the national camp for the senior team, and my roommate was Sawa. And I remember, like, I was nervous like hell.
Uh,
Yeah, so
mentioning Sawa as you just did there. I mean, the players that you played with on the national team, you played with some wonderful players. Sawa, Ayamiyama, Saki Kumagai, who's still going around for Japan at this World Cup as well. Can you just talk to us a little bit about what they were like as teammates, what they were like to play with, and why they were able to be so good?
that's very hard. Sawa is just her existence on the field gave us some power, extra power. Just having her on the field, off the field, just meant to everybody. And then she always score a big moment. That's what the great player do. And Aya is another player, has a best intelligence, football intelligence I play with in the world. She has also the best technique. Her quality of the service, like, is just amazing, unbelievable. So yeah, it's yeah. I was very fortunate to play with those best players.
You played in the 2010 Asian Cup. Unfortunately, didn't make the squad for the 2011 Women's World Cup, which of course Japan then went on to win. I just want to ask you how you sort of dealt with the disappointment of missing out on that, and then how you felt sort of looking on as Japan then went on to win that tournament.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how I dealt. It was really tough moment for me in my life, and I felt really disappointed. My people, my family, they were very excited to come and watch me play in those biggest stage. But I think the biggest lesson I learned was uh, the you don't identify who you are just playing soccer. I was very heartbroken because everybody told me as just I felt me just being valuable as a soccer player. Uh, but the biggest lesson I learned was uh, yeah, you are good at playing soccer, but it doesn't define who you are. That was my lesson. And then also at the same time, the win, Japan winning the World Cup was something we always dreamed about, and was amazing to see my friends, my teammate doing that. and then that winning the World Cup changed, everything in our women's football culture. So yeah, it was just amazing to see that happen.